When do we actually start the session? What time?
4:30.
Okay, so we've got time.
So I think we'll be letting the audience in by 4:25 or 4:20, right? I think that's fine. Okay.
Sure. I'm just around. So
Yeah.
I'm just around, I say.
No problem. Yes. Okay, so Hasib sir, I just want to know, like, when I mentioned
I think everybody can switch on their cameras, right? Why are we so silent? Hi DTM Surya, how are you?
If we are to ask in Sholay style, ये
Yeah.
सन्नाटा क्यों है भाई?
Hi Deepti.
In AK Hangal style.
Hi Deepti.
बर किधर रहेगा?
Hi Navneet.
What happened?
Surya was asking why ये सन्नाटा क्यों है? So I told him गब्बर आसपास है.
Hello. Hi guys. How are you? Hello Toastmasters.
So,
Navneet, how are you?
I'm good, Rajesh sir. How are you?
Good, excellent, superb.
Hello Surya sir. How are you?
Hello, how are you, Navneet?
I'm good, sir. Nice to meet you after a long time.
Yes. Is that you who delivered a speech about the Tanjore big temple once in Oryx?
Yeah, exactly. You were in your presence.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, some things they stick without even making an effort. Good evening, Deepak sir, Deepti, area director elect.
Deepti, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think from the other phones some noise is coming.
Deepti, is it your phone?
It is my AC. I will switch.
Ah,
We can start in another 2 minutes.
Hello. Why are you all busy?
Hi.
No one is smiling. Everyone is
Hi,
so
Leo.
serious.
Yeah. Hi, welcome, Dr. Yogesh. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Rajesh.
Good evening. Good evening. I was just
Dr.
trying to
Yogesh.
complete the last 2 meetings. Good evening, Dipti. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. How are you?
Absolutely fine.
Ah,
Hi,
we
Michael.
hit 50.
Yeah. So we got the other Navneet also here, Navneet Shetty from Karnataka. We have got 2 Navneets.
Shall we start now?
Yeah, now
I
it's
think 2
4:30,
minutes
right?
to go.
1 more minute. Yeah.
1 more minute, yeah.
Hi, Toastmaster Michael. Hi, Atul. Hi, Faima.
Atul, how are you?
Hi, good
Hi,
evening.
Mubarak.
Good evening, all.
Michael
Welcome.
Vader, good evening. Leo,
Hi,
good
Pramod.
evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello. Let's
Good
turn on our
evening.
videos and
Good
have some
evening.
photos while
Pramod
we're on.
Shetty, good
Yeah.
evening. Yeah.
Hi, Pratap. Long time. Where you are from? Now you are in Sri Lanka
Babu
or in
sir is
India?
here.
Sorry, or in
Sajid is here.
Qatar.
Shaheen.
In Malaysia.
Wow, superb. Hi, Shaheen.
Pratapan, good evening.
Good evening, Surya.
Hi, Alexei.
Hi, Shahid.
It's already dinner time in
Okay,
Malaysia.
let's start.
Yeah.
Dinner is over.
Okay, let's start. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Dear leaders, champions, Toastmasters, guests from all around the world, and our trainer, a warm good evening to all of you. I am Hasib from EF Toastmasters Club. I'll be the host for today's training session. Let's start with our district mission. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. For the smooth conduct and make it a memorable session, I request all to follow these ground rules. You all are hereby requested to mute the microphones unless you want to speak, and request all to speak one at a time. To make it an interactive session, all of you are requested to switch on the camera unless one faces any technical issues such as bandwidth limitations. Speakers, please avoid taboo topics like religion, politics, and sex. For better experience, the Zoom experts suggest to view in speaker's view. Recording is on, and any recording by attendees are not permitted. For the smooth conduct of the session, we will be assisted by a young at heart co-host come timer who believes every age is good for learning. He joined Toastmasters to improve his public speaking skills and believes one must learn from the mistakes, and so mistakes are important. Our co-host and timer for the day is Toastmaster Deepak Talreja, the president of Excel Toastmasters. To carry out further, we will have a young, charming master of ceremonies come question and answer moderator, one who asks tough questions in her professional lives as an internal auditor at Morrison KSI. She is the current VP Public Relations of Philcom International Toastmasters Club and graphic designer. You can see all the beautiful screens what we are seeing in for the District 116 PR Committee. Her accolades include the first youngest Toastmaster in the district to reach the district level international speech category, that too in her first attempt, an introspective communicator and an aspiring leader. Let's welcome Toastmaster Shweta Raguraman to take us through the session. Toastmaster Shweta, the screen is yours.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Haseeb, for your thoughtful introduction. Our guest of honor, Dr. Yogesh Pawar, dignitaries, Toastmasters, and guests from all over the world, good evening. I would like to welcome each one of you to our special training session with Dr. Yogesh Pawar as part of District 116 Toastmaster Annual Conference, Virtuvocal 2021. Before we begin, let me enlighten you that our training session is not only for our ears, but we'll be having an interactive question and answer session followed by the informative speech by our trainer. During the Q&A session, everyone will get an opportunity to ask questions to our trainer. Hence, I would like to inform you certain ground rules to ensure the smooth flow of the Q&A session. Number one, if you want your questions to be answered, kindly turn on your camera and click the raise hand option, or you can raise your hands, whatever works for you. And then the trainer would be able to identify you by your appropriate name, and you will be unmuted to ask your questions. Number two, I would recommend everyone to keep your questions purposeful and relevant, so it will be easier for our trainer to handle. Now, the time has arrived for me to introduce our trainer, Dr. Yogesh Pawar, the man behind 300 plus business success stories, is one of Asia's top leadership and business strategy authorities, an entrepreneur, an author, and a keynote speaker. He is an accredited master coach from the American Institute of Business Psychology and American Leadership Development Association. And he holds a PhD in Predictive Psychology from Mumbai University in India. With his speech titled Value, Innovation, and Robust Tools to Implement at Workplace, let me invite over Dr. Yogesh to take over the screen. Over to you, Dr. Yogesh.
Thank you. Thank you, Shweta. And I think this is one of the finest introductions that a girl has done for me. So thank you very much for this. I really feel good about it. And the most important element, I'm just assuming that people can hear me. If you can give me a thumbs up on your chat boxes yeah, all right, okay, good, thank you very much. You're going to give me exactly 30 seconds. I'm going to switch on to something and we will start off our work, okay? You're going to give me exactly 30 seconds. Here you go.
Dr. Yogesh, you can unmute yourself.
Is it okay? Is it okay now?
Yes, you're audible.
All right. Everybody can see me? I didn't want to lose this opportunity to actually stand after a long time and deliver a session. And I thought, let me use all the possible apparatus of whatever lockdown apparatus we have to do the best of what I can do in the next 30 minutes. So what I'm going to request you is have a pen and paper handy, because it's not a lecture, it's not a speaking, it is something that you need to do. Okay, so how many of you are ready? You've got to keep giving thumbs ups, only then I'm going to keep talking. All right, so keep giving me thumbs ups. If I get those thumbs ups, if I listen to you, I feel, okay, there's somebody listening and we can keep going ahead. All right, here you go. Quickly, what I'm going to share with you is what we're going to do today. And this is how it works. Now, these are the places that you can find me. These are the places where you can find me digitally. All right, it's called the Massive Action Clan, because anything, if you don't take actions, is nothing but knowledge. And any knowledge that is not implemented is waste. So this is where you can find, and hence it's called the Massive Action Clan. There are more than 15,000 people on this, and you can definitely be a part of this. You just need to answer a few questions. You can just connect me anywhere where you want. All right. It's SI Leadership or School of Inspirational Leadership. Important for you to understand what's my mission, like your club's mission. What's my mission? My mission is to create scale-up stories. That's it. Very simple. 3 lines, 3 words. My mission is to create scale-up stories. And by the way, there are 700 now in the last 10 years that we've been able to create leaders and entrepreneurs been able to scale up their businesses or scale up their roles that they're into. So that's our mission. With this simple vision in place, and I'm going to read this for you. It says to be a trusted and respected consulting company with global standards of operation and giving people and businesses an affordable solution to scale, because scaling up does not require money. It requires a very strong intent. To become the best of who you can requires a very strong intent. But I see a lot of money being wasted on it. So here you go. Over the last decade, I have been able to create a company which probably serves in all these aspects, all right? Whether it's the strategic HR consulting, whether it's lean manufacturing, whether it's bidding with the governments nationally, internationally, whether it's growing up your sales strategically or implementing it, whether it was the strategic growth consulting, digitization, and all of this that was required for businesses to grow and scale up, we've been able to establish that. Now, this is a little about our organization and the structure. I'm going to quickly jump because that should not be the interest. Now, this is a very important statement, and the entire session is based on this one statement. It says, solution to a problem is always creation of a solution. I'll repeat. What I mean by this is solution of a problem. Solution of a problem is creation of a solution. All right. You're going to tell me whether you agree with this or no. On your chat boxes now, you're going to tell me, my chat box is on, I can see the chat box, all right? So you're going to tell me whether this is true or no. Whenever you get stuck with a problem, the method to solve it is to have a right solution. Now, most of the time, entrepreneurs and leaders do not have tools that help you to actually solve that problem. And in the entire process, when you don't have tools, you feel stuck. I'm sure a lot of engineers are sitting in this room, and all these engineers would agree that you could be the finest engineer. You could be from the best engineering colleges and schools. But if you do not have a right screwdriver, you will not be able to pull a nail out of a wall. How many of you agree with this statement? You could be the finest engineers, but if you do not have the right tool, you'll not be able to do your job, or you'll struggle constantly. Give me a cheers. Yes, no, agreed, not agreed. Go ahead. Keep writing. Your comments are telling me that you are with me. Okay, that's the only way to understand that you're with me. All right. So make sure that you're writing that. So this is what we're talking about here. All right. We're saying that let's try finding out some methods, some tools that will help me to solve a problem. The problem could be anything. It could be a financial problem. It could be a people problem. It could be an execution problem. it could be a strategy problem, it could be a leadership problem, it could be any kind of a problem. In the business parlance, you might say it is a challenge, all right? But can I create a solution out of this? Because trust you me, there's always a solution. If you see a problem, if you see a challenge, there is always a solution. And to find that solution, I just need right tools. So I'm going to share with you what could those tools be. And today, I'm going to ask a question before I go ahead and help you understand this one little pyramid, okay? Quickly let me know, for a person who doesn't know where to go, any road is okay. I'll repeat. For a person who doesn't know where to go, any road is okay. How many of you agree with this? Put it on your chat boxes and let me know. How many of you agree that for a person who doesn't know where to go, any road is okay? All right, I'm waiting for the response. I'm looking at the chat box and you guys are telling me that you agree. For a person who doesn't know where to go, any road is okay. Seems true. Somebody says, Amita says, seems true. Hari says, agreed. Any road is okay. You're right. But if you don't know where you're going, would you be able to find out the right solution? If you don't know what you're doing, would you be able to find out the right solution? I'm going to make a very strong statement right now. And the statement is, your reason dictates your method. I'll repeat, your reason dictates your methods. And where you are going is dependent on the core reason, which means if I don't know where I want to go and why I want to go, I will never be able to solve a problem. If I do not know where I want to go and why I want to go, I will never be able to solve a problem. Let's understand, what do we mean by where? A vision means a dynamic destination. I'll repeat, vision means a dynamic destination, a destination which is like an horizon. I reach there, I find out something more. I reach there, I find out something more. That's a dynamic destination. But what is a why? Why is a reason of why I want to go there. Happens to be a mission, happens to be a purpose. Now, a simple question, if you're a business owner or if you're a leader, if you're a departmental manager, what is the reason that you want to solve a problem? Why do you want to solve that problem? Why do you want to scale up your company? Why do you want to do? So these questions need to be answered by the leader, by the way. It's not the team's job. It is the entrepreneur's job. It is the leader's job to do that work, right? So reason becomes extremely, extremely important because that dictates your goals or your strategy. That dictates your goals or your strategies, because that is method. So whatever problem you want to solve, whatever challenge you want to solve, there's a process to it. First, find out why you want to solve it. What is that burning desire? What is that need? What is that aspiration of why you want to solve it? And stronger is the aspiration, better is the persistence. I'll repeat, stronger is the need, better is the persistency. That is always emotional in nature, always emotional. There cannot be a rational reason. Reasons are always emotional. Somebody who's just unmuted, can I request the person to mute, please? Thank you. Okay. Reason is always emotional. And to put a scientific evaluation for this, the part of your brain that takes decisions, the limbic part of your brain that takes decisions, is not in a capacity to rationalize. That's the job of the neocortex. Okay. And by the way, you can go to any biology book, you can go to any Google, you will find the same thing. This is science. So any decision that you've ever taken, any reason that you've ever found is always emotional. And hence, unless your why is being declared right, you will never be able to form a right mission. If you don't find a right mission, you'll not be able to define the right vision. And your methodologies will keep going wrong. Your tools will not be able to help you. So tools can only help you if you know why you're going there, or why you want to solve that, and where do you want to reach? What is the result that you want to achieve? How many of you have understood when do real tools work? Any kind of a tool will only work if your reasons are identified and your destination is identified, which is your dynamic destination. How many of you agree with me? Please give me a yes or no on this so that I can move on to the next piece. All right, here you go. Yes, okay. I like somebody who's just written yes. Yes is like S, yes, but that's also fine, no problems. I'm getting the answers. Thank you very much for this. Now, here you go. Once you have this thing clear, the top of the funnel, which is the static layer, then you actually build your goals, strategies, and milestones. And today, I'm going to talk about 2 such tools that will help you to build up a goal, or to strategize, or to build up the milestones. Now, any business or any leader who works bottom up, I'll repeat, who works bottom up will always be in stress and anxiety. I'll repeat, any leader who's working bottom up will always be in stress and anxiety. Any leader who works top down, let me change the color. Any leader who works top down will always be more patient and tolerant towards finances, towards execution, towards people, and towards everything that he wants to achieve through his vision. So if you are experiencing anxiety and stress at this point in time, ask yourself, where are you operating from? Are you operating from your vision, or are you operating from the budgets that you need to complete? And I've seen to my experience for such a long time working with people and businesses that most of those leaders, most of those entrepreneurs who are in stress, even during the pandemic time, are people who have been operating at the dynamic layer of the business. They constantly focused on methods, they're constantly focused on rules, procedures, budgets. That's where they're focusing, okay? And they do not have the bigger view, the bigger vision in mind, and hence they get into the short-term anxiety problems. Now, this actually takes us to a very interesting topic that I'm going to share with you right now. And I said that we're going to talk about, these are the, this I am sure you are able to see this. The first is why leaders hit a glass ceiling in their businesses. And leaders, it's a glass ceiling. I know, I can see everything, but I'm not able to get that. That's the stage that a leader gets into, all right? And that's where his anxiety and stress moves up. So what you need to do here is, and these are the reasons. Miss the sales bus. They don't create a system of sales service that allows them to generate revenues. If they stop, then market stops. This could be for an employee. This could be for an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter. If I'm not upskilling, if I'm not putting myself into a continuous learning process, even an employee will not grow. He'll stay where he is. When it comes to an entrepreneur, if he's not doing that, he's not building proactive systems, he is going to be stagnant. Here you go. We don't understand the difference between entrepreneurship, leadership, and managership, or managers. And they do it all in the 3 roles. There would be certain people who are running their own businesses here, and I'm 100% sure you will agree to what I'm saying right now, that entrepreneurship, leadership, and management are 3 different things. Entrepreneurship is all about risk. Okay, leadership is about managing change, and management is all about taking care of today's day-to-day operations. Now, these are 3 different roles. We lose the ability to see the big journey or our journey. We don't have a well-drafted, stoned vision of our life, the personal vision that I have. I have not crafted that, and I miss the discipline of execution. ruthless execution. Whether I like the word different, the word discipline is very simple. It says, whether I like or I don't like it, I'll still do it. It doesn't matter. If it is planned, it has to be executed, it has to be executed. I do not apply my brain during the execution. I should apply my brain well in planning. Now, most of the time, this goes untossed, and that's exactly why leaders also face a lot of challenges. First tool, please make a note of this graph, and this graph is on the x-axis. Please make a note of this. The x-axis is called efficiency. X-axis is called efficiency, and the definition of this, the word efficiency, is my ability to execute repeated tasks in time. My ability to execute repeated tasks in time. My y-axis is going to talk about my ability to create profits at the marketplace. My ability to create profits at the marketplace. Now, while you see all of this, the word is impact, and the word is efficiency, as I shared with you. Impact versus efficiency. And why do you need strategic tools? Why do you need these tools? First of all, you need these tools because your journey as a professional, as an entrepreneur, as a leader is always from efficiency to impact. If you're able to create more profits at the marketplace, you will grow as a leader or an entrepreneur. So your journey is from creating efficiency in the system and taking it towards the impact. Now, these are certain activities that I've already written down for your reference points. All right. Organization discipline, employee motivation. If you're a manager, is your team motivated? If you're a leader, is your complete department motivated? If you're an entrepreneur, is your company motivated? All right. Review mechanisms. Do you regularly review and give feedbacks to your people? Appraisal systems. How effectively, if you're part of big corporation, how effectively do you do appraisals? Or it's just a tick box exercise, right? Your customer engagement, whoever is your customer, whether it's internal or external, how well are you engaged with your customers? Customer service, quality services, quality products and setting processes, efficiency parameter. If you do this, yes.
I don't know if it's just me. I can't see the text clearly.
See, no problem. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. You see it now?
Better. Much better. Much better. Thank you.
Correct. Now, no problem. Thank you. In fact, thank you for sharing that. So if you see this, all of these exercises, all of these activities that we're talking about will create you as an efficient leader. As an efficient leader. But if you have massive goals, if you have bigger vision, if you have a bigger mission, there's something else to be done. And that's why you require these tools. I'm spending almost 30, 40, 50% of my time in this session also to help you understand why is it important. Now, as you move forward, leaders and entrepreneurs who are able to implement these things are people who create profits at the marketplace. What do we mean by that? A strong sales mechanism, having an eye to hire right people, innovation at the marketplace, brand positioning, acquisitions, mergers, succession planning, creating more leaders. All of this creates impact or profits at the marketplace. Now, very important to understand, if this is what creates efficiency and this is what creates impact, this is taught in schools and colleges, my dear friends. This is what you taught. The college system, the schooling system, the education system, the earlier education system makes you efficient for a job. But as you get into the job, this is required, right? You will notice, and I'm 100% sure you do it. You've done it with your kids, and your parents have done this with you. When you go to the garden with your kids, you ask them to run slow, or they will fall. But as you start working in your corporate life, or you start working in your own business, you have to go fast. So since our childhood, we've been already groomed that don't run, don't take risk. And what does our professional life demand from us? Risk. So why do few people, very few leaders, why is there a pyramid that gets created when all of us go to the same engineering, assuming all of us go to the same engineering college, and we graduate as the Bachelor of Engineers? Why are few becoming CEOs and few remaining engineers? Because few take that risk. Few take that risk. And people who succeed in those risks, risk of setting up an audacious sales mechanism, risk of hiring probably more competent people, risk of creating products that may fail, risk of positioning a brand, risk of merging a company, risk of acquiring a company, risk of putting a succession planning, risk of creating leaders. If you start taking these risks, there's high possibility you can create impact on the marketplace. Such an important element, and most of us miss. The only reason why you do that is because you're constantly focusing on this part of the work. You want it to be done. What is happening? My ability to execute repeated tasks in time, which means you're doing the same job every time, expecting new results. And that's exactly why people are not happy with risk, because risk is change. The moment you say, I want to take a risk, it's a new change. And you and I all know, why do we do change management programs in a company? Because people are averse of change. This entire process, my dear friend, the word risk, please make a note of this. It's divided into 4 things. You can do, what can you do with risk? You can do 4 things with risk. You can manage risk. I'm just going to put first initials onto this, or probably let me just use a different tool here. All right, you can do 4 things with risk. You can accept the risk. Accept the risk. You can mitigate the risk. You can avoid the risk. Or you can plan and face a risk. You can avoid a risk, you can mitigate a risk, you can accept a risk, or you can plan a risk. And people who plan a risk are leaders who create impact. They consciously do those changes. Now, how do they do that? Do they use certain tools, or it's all by gut? They do use certain tools. And the first tool that I'm going to share with you today is called the RECC grid. It's been adopted from the Blue Ocean Strategies book. You can read those books. It's absolutely available. But how to use it is what I'm going to tell you right now. Now, I need a volunteer right now who can talk to me quickly. One volunteer who could talk to me. One volunteer who could talk to me. All right. Who's that?
Rajesh.
Rajesh. Hi, Rajesh. Rajesh, the question here is what business you are in, or what kind of work you are in? Sorry.
We do projects, general contracting projects.
You're doing contracting projects.
Yeah.
All right. One question. What can you raise? What can you raise in your business? Or let me just change the color. What can you raise in your business that is currently not offered at the marketplace? What can I raise? Which means it already exists. You have it, but you're not doing it enough. All right. What can I raise in my business that is less in marketplace? And I'll give you an example. There must be certain products that you must be picking up to assemble your project. And those products must be having 18 months, 2 years warranty. All right. You can actually go back and negotiate with the OEMs for extended warranties, which right now probably your competition is not giving. The OEM might ask you for extra money or a termed contract. That's an example of raise. It exists, you got to improve it. It is there in your business, it will improve it. Let's talk about something called as reduce, all right? Reduce, it's the word is reduce. What do you think you need to reduce in your business right now? In your business right now, which is ample available and always been negotiated. Everybody is giving that. So you are giving that. Can you reduce that right now in your ecosystem? Can you reduce that in your ecosystem? It could be the delivery time. It could be the cost. It could be the after service. It could be the people that are required to execute a project. Okay, so I'm just giving you examples. Let's look at this called create. Now this is called innovation. And I'm going to give you 4 words for innovation. 4 words for innovation. Faster, better, cheaper, easier. Faster, better, cheaper, easier. If I do anything in this framework, it's called innovation. That's a creation in my business. Ask yourself what I can create for my customers today. All right? And last is eliminate. What do you think? Can you give me an example of what you can eliminate right now from your business? Just think. It's not required.
We do many things. We don't focus on one thing, but we do many things, and that can be eliminated. Focus on one thing, eliminate other things. For example,
can you make a note of it?
Yeah.
Anything that is where the energy flows. Think about it. I have responses that are coming up on my chat box. People say office space. People say dissatisfaction. Can I also eliminate a little laziness that I have? Can I eliminate procrastination? These are behaviors, by the way, to be eliminated. Can I eliminate scrap? Can I get my complete company digitization, no paper use? So when you start thinking this way and you're guided with these tools and your thought process, what's going to happen? You're going to create something, say assuming I have 5 items that I write in reduce, 5 in create, 5 in eliminate, and 5 in raise. What does that mean? I will multiply few things, I will divide few things, I will add few things and subtract few things. Is that okay? This is nothing but an equation of multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. What do you think? You start with 1 and you where would you end? Would you end with something else? Yes or no? It's a simple equation. But what does it mean? It is saying that raise, reduce, eliminate, create. When you do all of it at the same time, value innovation is happening. You're creating more, better value at the marketplace. Now, we also have one more myth, and the myth is that time is money. How many of you agree with this? How many of you agree with this? Time is money. You know what I'm going to do now? If time is money, I'm going to keep, the suit on for the next 5 hours and stand here without you. Do you think I can make money? Do you think I can make profits? I cannot. I make profits, I make money because the value that I put in the time. You can stand at one place for the 24 hours, you're still not going to get money. You're still not going to get profits. You're still not going to be respected. You're still not get promoted if you do not add value to that time. And how do you create value? This is one of the tools, by the way. There are ample of them, but this is one of the tools, and I genuinely like it because it's very simple to understand. All right, so this is one tool that you can use to add value, because time is not money. What you do in that time and how valuable you're making it for the other person is what pays you back more. Now, when I say paying, it does not mean only money. It could be a lot of other things. It could be respect. It could be trust. It could be profits and money. But you got to decide of what value you want to add in your time. Now that takes us. Hey, give me a. All right, give me a quick cheers that you've understood what I've shared with you right now. All right, that you've understood. You can rate it on 1 to 5, 1 to 3, whatever it is. One being hopeless, 5 being whatever, good, excellent, whatever it is. All right, go ahead. Wonderful. Thank you very much. I'm now going to move on to the next tool for you. I'm going to now move on to the next tool for you. And the next tool is, all right, I just thought of saying this. If leaders are not going to change, it's a slow death for business. All right. So I'm sure all of us would want to change. And the science and art to be learned and learned fast. I have one last question before I leave so that I can explain you what it means. Can you tell me what is hiring? What is hiring? Science or art? Identification of a resource, science or art?
Art.
Please respond to the question. Science or identification of a resource, science or art?
Science.
Right. All right. Fair. Now, what is interviewing, science or art?
Art.
I have identified a resource and now I'm interviewing that resource. Two different tasks. Two different tasks. What is it? The first task is science or art, or the second task is science or art? Come on, go ahead. Very good. All right, let me tell you. Identification of resource is science. How well I interview that individual is an art. The way I conduct my interview, the way I ask questions, the way I make the person comfortable is an art. How do I identify that resource through data is science. All right. So these are simple understandings, my dear friends, that will make a huge impact in the way you work on day-to-day basis. Now, I was given a certain time and I'm assuming that I've not exceeded it. The house is open for questions and I'm going to settle down on a chair and then talk to you. I hope I have been able to add justice to the time that was given to me. Thank you.
Dr. Yogesh, we have got around 5 minutes for any question answer session. So we should take only a couple of questions.
I'm good. Thank you, in fact.
Dr. Yogesh, can I ask a question?
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is Surya. Yeah. Now, you talked a lot of things which are excellent for business, but for an individual who's planning, let us say, his personal growth or let's say personal purpose, how can he use this?
The process is same. I just need to ask the similar questions to myself. Why do I want to do what I want to do? And in that process, where do I want to reach? The process is same. The process is quite big. It's long. It's a longer process. In 30 minutes, what I could club for you is to give you the most anchored things that need to be done, which means I need to definitely decide where I want to go and why I want to go. Because that is not something that anybody else can decide for you. Right? Everybody else can just help you to just get you exposure. All right? By the end of the day, it is you who decide where you want to go. All right. Thank you. I hope I've been able to answer your question. I have Pramod.
I have. Yeah, hi, doctor. Yeah, it was very informative and enriching experience. I just want to know one thing. When you mentioned whenever we plan or mention that the discipline is we need to follow, whether it is good or bad, we have to do. But at times we tend to divert that and enter into the procrastinating mode and so how if you can give some insights on how can we have a clear-cut focus to really help at the individual level?
There is in benefit for everybody to this answer of this question. Very good question, and most of us, including me, I go through this challenge. All right, so nothing wrong with it. We are human beings. But is there a method? Yes, there is. There's a video on the YouTube channel of Inspirational Leadership, and it's called Pearl, Pearl, Pearl. Okay, you can search that video. There's also a video which says why people procrastinate. All right, you may want to look at that. I'll just give you a quick reference. Clarity, the word is clarity and courage. Clarity, people procrastinate because of non-clarity and fear. People who do not procrastinate are people who have clarity and courage. Clarity is scientific, courage is emotional. Like fear is emotional and non-clarity is a very indisciplined way of looking at it. That's where you get into non-clarity. I hope I've been able to answer. Have I met you? Yeah. I think I've met you.
Yes. I think I think in this geometric HCL, you did a lot of training sessions for us.
Oh, okay, okay. Hey, hi.
In Bangalore.
Sorry.
Yeah, thanks. Hi.
Yeah, right. All right. Thank you. All right. I had black hair there.
Dr. Yogesh.
Hello, Michael. Hello. How are we doing?
Just fine. I liked your comments you made about the why. And those of us who have read Simon Sinek's book, First Ask Why, I think is the most important step of all of it. If you don't know why you're doing this, why you're being an entrepreneur, why you're doing your job, even why are you a Toastmaster? If you don't understand that and you don't point that out to yourself, then why do it? There's no sense. You're not going to be successful. You're not going to grow. You're not going to do the pathways. You're not going to do the competitions. You're not going to help the leadership if you don't know why. So I think your message was clear, but I was hoping to hear a little bit more about the why, because I think that is the most critical elements. Thank you.
I agree. I agree. I 100% agree with you.
Can I pose a question, please?
Go ahead.
Yes, Dr. Yogesh, first of all, thank you for the session. I really wanted to listen to this one, and you did great justice to it. Now, my question was this, that, when you are in business and all, though we may have all that you said, the why is there, the plans are there, execution, everything is good, but always market is changeable, and there are challenges that we keep facing at times. If a business is taking time to adjust to the challenge, how good or bad that is, and how do we face these challenges?
Okay. So whether it's, I don't want to be philosophical, all right, but it is the way you look at the world around you, all right. There are always going to be turns. There are always going to be speed breakers. There are always going to be potholes. All right. It doesn't matter whether you're on the road for you to US or to Qatar or to Dubai or to India. We all want the road to be so clean and green, and that's the time we will want to get our car out of the garage. That never happens. All right. You got to get the car out of the garage. As simple as that, and start walking. You will hit these challenges. Now, most of the time, what people feel is, how do I handle challenges? Is that the question that you have?
Yeah, because everything is not in our control. When situations are out of your control, like for example, COVID hit, you have to then change your business strategy. How fast that should be, and if that is not happening that quickly, what does a business do?
All right. So let me quickly first. There are two questions. In your one question, there are two questions. All right. So first question, let me answer that. Your mental agility is dependent upon your clarity and your vision, and that's exactly what Michael said. Your why is extremely important. Your agility is directly proportional to your vision. All right. If your vision is not clear, if your purpose is not clear, you're going to be rigid in methodologies, because that's how you've been able to create success. And because you are rigid, you find those challenges. Now, I'm not saying you are rigid, but because we become rigid. All right. And how does our brain operates? Our brain operates on patterns. I have strong beliefs about things that I have succeeded over a period of time. And hence, I don't change methods. I can guarantee this. The conflicts, whether it is in the house or in countries, are only because of methods. If I ask anybody across the globe, I've been doing speaking for a good amount of time now. Nobody has a wrong why. Everybody has a wrong method, and we are fixated with my method versus your method. So the more you are agile, the more you are clear about your vision and your purpose, the better is your adoption. The better is your adoption. All right. So getting fixated with methods is dangerous. I hope I've been able to answer your question, Amina.
Yes, sure. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Yogesh, for answering the question. Due to time constraints, the next question we'll take is the last one, and I would like to invite over our dignitary, our past district director, distinguished Toastmaster Rajeshwar Sundaresan, to ask question. Over to you, sir.
You're on mute, I think.
Sorry. Thank you, Doctor. That was quite an enlightening session. I was just intrigued by your statement after your name, a trusted strategic advisor. I heard of trusted advisor. Okay, I heard of strategic advisor also. Why did you combine both? What level of
I'm not the best. I'm not the best advisor.
Okay.
But you can trust me. That's for sure.
Strategic means you're on a top level advisory.
Correct. I do a lot of strategic advisory, but I believe that I don't have the best strategies in the world. But I'm a trusted human being.
That
Very,
means
very
you
simple.
partner with the business rather than give a solution.
Correct. You correct.
Thank you.
I hope I've been able to answer your question. That was probably the most easiest one.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Yogesh, for taking on those Q&A session. And that was a very interactive Q&A session. A big round of applause to everyone. Now, before we move on to the next part, I would request everyone to turn on your videos and let our host capture our shining moments. So let's turn on your videos and let's click a smile for the Zoom camera.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Host, kindly confirm if we are done with the photo.
Yes, Shweta, we are done.
Okay, thank you so much, host. Now, I would like to invite over our District 116 Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Rajesh VC, to deliver the vote of thanks and to present the certificate of appreciation to our guest of honor. Over to you, sir.
Before that, I just want to say one thing. More power to you, Dr. Pawar.
Thank you, DTM Surya.
Thank you. Now, one more thing. I think I need to really appreciate the person who has done that small editing of the video. You've done it fantabulously well. Whoever it was, I don't know. But the video came to me. Dipti shared it with me. I think it was amazing. Thank you very much.
It was Shweta. She's right here, so you can right away thank her.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yes. Over to you, DTM Rajesh. Please take it over.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Shweta. Dr. Yogesh Pawar, past District Director Sundareshan Rajeshwar, fellow leaders of District 116, and my dear Toastmasters and members. Good evening. As Club Growth Director, I've been entrusted with the responsibility to propose vote of thanks for this wonderful and amazing training session. District 116 is privileged and honored to have Dr. Yogesh Pawar for having such a wonderful session. We appreciate your time and effort in educating us on a subject, value innovation and robot tools to implement at workshop. Thank you so much, Dr. Yogesh. Sincere gratitude from District 116 leadership as well as the members. I'm sure that members who attended this workshop or training session, this would be one of the training which is blessing in disguise for many of us. As Dr. Yogesh initially said, knowledge is just an information until and unless it is not put into action. Let us all ensure that we put this training session knowledge into action for our professional and personal life. I take some points from this training. Let me tell, scaling does not require money. It requires strong intent. What a beautiful statement. Solution of a problem is always creation of a solution. Superb. Strategy is the need. Better is the persistence. Last but not least, blue ocean strategy. Rise, reduce, create, and eliminate. There are a lot of things which you spoke about and very, very informative. So just picked up some 4 points to say that I was very attentive to your training for the whole time. Thank you so much for it. Let me thank our training coordinator, Shabri Prasad, area director, host Hasib, co-host Deepak, master of ceremonies, Shweta, and the DTAC committee for having organized this wonderful session. As a token of appreciation, let me request the master of ceremonies to share the certificate to our trainer, Dr. Yogesh. Thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause for Dr. Yogesh? Thanksgiving would not be completed until and unless I thank such wonderful audience sitting here. In the initial, we had 80+ audience attending this work. Now we have 65 of this. You people are gem of this workshop. You made this workshop a great success. And Dr. Yogesh, your presence has added a lot of value, and we are always grateful to you. Thank you so much for this. Back to Master Seven.
Thank you so much, DTM Rajesh, and thank you, Dr. Yogesh, for your time. With this, we conclude with our training session. I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining our session. And like the saying goes, the show must go on. We have much more entertaining and enriching segments and session lined up just for you. So go ahead and click the Zoom link you see I have supplied in the chat box, which will take you to DTAC 2021. It has been a pleasure to serve as your MC, and this is Shweta Raghuraman signing off. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Shweta, and thank you, Deepak.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hasib sir. Thank you.
All is well.
Yes, all is well, finally. Yes.
No more training, huh? No more dry run.
We can do it. Don't worry. The team is really good. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we can do it much more.
Yes, yes.
All the best. Bye.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. We are going to close our Zoom meeting now. So please click on the link, which will take you to the main conference room.